What's up, everyone? Shaq here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He must be an all-time featherweight great because the best is blessed. The baddest and daddest man on the planet, Max Holloway. How are you, sir?
What's up, Shaq, bro? Thank you, bro. What an introduction.
Thank you. I do
Too
my
kind.
best. It's no Bruce Buffer, but I'm trying. I'm trying. Now we will get to the big fight, you versus Dustin Poirier 3 at UFC 318, but I am curious, what are some of the qualifiers to being the daddest man on the planet that emits a scrub like DC?
Man, I'm so happy that finally someone called him out on it, bro. I don't even think he's in the running, man. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Come on. I'm so glad somebody else said, DC had the audacity to send me a picture of me and him on it, and he signed it. Love the daddest man on the planet. And I was like, brother, you can't be self-proclaiming this kind of stuff. That's kind of wild.
It's like the UFC rankings. You got to leave it to someone else. I'll be the impartial party here.
Bro, it's crazy.
Okay. Man, we have this huge fight coming up. Your third time fighting Dustin Poirier, and I can't imagine that anything comes before getting the win for you. But as someone who's been in this game as long as you have, are there any sort of unique feelings knowing you're going in there trying to beat a guy who's going to retire in front of his hometown fans and his family?
I mean, not really, like I do a pretty good job at like, putting all that noise to the side, but
Hmm.
like I said, like I've been telling everyone, man, if the shoe was on the other foot, Dustin's one of the most likable guys in MMA. I mean, I see it, I watch it, I hear it, I see it on social media, I see it on the comments, I see it in my kick streams. They just keep, that people are torn. People are torn that it's his last fight, and we're fighting each other, and we're a lot of people's favorite fighters, so it's cool. But at the end of the day, like I said, if the shoe's on the other foot, and if he was in Hawaii, I hope my people would be booing his ass. That's just that just comes with the territory. When it's all said and done, we're gonna share the octagon for 25 minutes. I think so. It's gonna be no, it'd be a fair play. No bad blood between us, between the fans, and it just be another one. It just sucks with everything going into it, and with Dustin announcing that this is his last fight,
Hmm.
this is his last dance in his hometown. It's amazing to be a part of this, but it just sucks that I have to play spoiler. But you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
It is what it is. It obviously you have both changed a lot since you last fought for the interim lightweight title, but what would you say is the biggest correction that you had to make from the second fight going into this third one?
I mean, it's just time, man. It's just time. That with that first fight, it was just a time thing, and with this one, I think we had a lot more time, to get everything in order, and people are gonna see, come July 19th, people are gonna see. So I'm excited to show.
Is there one move from EA UFC that you haven't quite whipped out in real life yet that's on the to-do list?
I mean, not too sure. I didn't think too much about that one, but if there's a move that you think so that I have and I might do it, maybe I should do it.
All right. Well, I'll ask the comment section and then I'll shoot some ideas your way if they come through.
Let me know.
We're a ways away from this, but if you look back on your career or if you think of some of the other fighters on the roster, is there someone you would want to be your retirement fight? Because Dustin Poirier did welcome you to the UFC back when you made your debut all those years ago.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, we're kind of far out, and things change. I got asked this question a bunch of times, and just because it's Dustin's fight, so everybody
Hmm.
try to put it on me. But I mean, things change, man. We don't know where it's gonna be. So I would have to see the lay of the land, where I'm at in my career, where other people are at their career, and choose then. I wouldn't be able to say it right now. Things. I mean, the sport. It changes on a dime,
Quick.
man.
Yeah.
Some guys are here and then they're just not, or you think something about this person, and it just doesn't happen. So it's just we're in a crazy sport.
Why did you, Habib, and Islam have to gang up on Daniel Cormier like this?
Did you not see this guy skateboarding? He can't skateboard. He can't skate. He can't really do anything. He's a fraud.
But he's very good on chicken. He likes eat chickens. You know. He's
Oh
very
yeah,
good
I
on
saw
this.
that. He's eating
I think he's
contest, he might
baddest
have
man
me.
on the planet when he eats chickens.
Cause we gotta pick up, bro. We gotta let DC know, bro. DC's he's a certified a-hole, bro. He's not very nice, bro. He got everybody bamboozled, bro. He's bamboozling people right now. He's a really mean person.
Shout out to DC. I've got a lot of every time I talk to you or Islam or someone, I don't know why I drag DC in the mud. I've never met the man. He seems like such a gentle giant, but according to you, it's all a facade. So I should be prepared.
Oh, bro, it's a
Okay.
facade. So don't get fooled by it, bro. Don't get fooled. Don't be one of them.
You are working your way to another undisputed title. That title is now held by a man you're very familiar with. A lot of people had been saying that Ilia's last three fights, beating Charles, you, and Volkanovski, is the possibly the best three-fight stretch in MMA history. How high do you think Ilia's ceiling is now that you've sort of been in there with him and seen what he's like? Because I feel like people are starting to have that conversation about could he be the all-time pound-for-pound greatest when it's all said and done?
I mean, for sure. You can't sleep on it. But it's just tough, right? Yeah, he has the names, right? He beat the names, and you can't deny that. But then when you look, it just sucks that with everything that's going on. When you look at that when you look at that Volk fight,
Mm.
with that Volk coming off of what he did, that's kind of crazy. But people just look at the name, they're not looking at the record. They're just looking at, oh, yeah, Alex was the champ, and then me, and then Charles did what he did. But Charles was on him what was Charles on, a one fight win streak,
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, it's just moments, and it's just names. It is one of the greatest names for sure, that he beat in history, but the man is doing what he's supposed to do. He's lining people are lining UFC are lining people up for him. He's just knocking them down. So fair play to him. He's going out there doing his job.
I've seen a lot of analysts sort of discuss the possibility of a rematch between you guys at lightweight. Now, ignoring like the game plan, just looking at sort of the physical component of it, do you identify anything that would be significantly different if you and Ilia were to fight at lightweight, just in terms of the weight and what that contributes?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna both be 10 pounds heavier than what we were at 45. So that's about it. I think right now, without looking over Dustin Poirier, I gotta go out there, stake my claim, do something special, get my hand raised, have a moment for me, go get a moment, and all this he said, she said, what is this, what we do. I mean, like I said, the first time I fight the man, we're gonna find out. We can find out Saturday night. So first things first is Dustin Poirier, and then we can focus on all that noise after.
All right. Max, you are the baddest man on the planet, but um, there's a nice side to you. I saw a viral video of you on Andrew Schulz's podcast, and you were talking about your early fight with Conor McGregor and how while you guys are grappling on the ground, he hurts his knee and he lets out a scream, and you lean over mid-fight and you're like, "Hey, bro, you okay?" It's like, keep fighting, keep fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you have said or done? Okay, let's think about like an alternate timeline. If Connor is very honest and goes, "Nah, man, I'm not good," where do we go from there?
I don't know. We're in a fight, but that scream was like a kind of a painful scream. So when he did scream and he said he was fine, I was like, yeah, he's keep fighting. But if he said no, not fighting, then I probably would have won from TKO because he would have just got off and been holding his knee. So I don't know. In a different world would have been crazy. I never thought of that. What I mean, I was just bro. You know how like when you're with your friends and you're doing something stupid and one of your friends is like and like it's just so instinct to be like, bro, you okay? And that's just what it was. You know what I mean? Like I heard it and I just went, oh, like it kind of startled me. It's like, bro, you're good. And That's what it is. So it was just more of a startle than anything. I don't know what I would have said after. I would have. I mean, being a fighter, winning a fight, I would have probably attacked the knee some more. I
Good
don't
call.
know.
Good call. All right. Well, I appreciate the camaraderie and the sportsmanship nonetheless, Max. Before I let you go here, I save these for the end, but anytime I have a fellow anime enthusiast, I got to run them through a rapid fire, a little
Let's
anime
go.
gauntlet. All right.
Let's go.
First, what anime gets you in your feels the most?
Feels the most, man. Recently or overall? Like recently, Windbreaker been like, oh man, bro, what the hell? You know, when you think so, you have it figured out, and you just keep getting more and more, and you just watch the character development there is pretty cool, or Naruto. You know, Naruto is a very hard one. It's a very hard one. You know, it's an up and down for sure.
Shout out to Jiraiya. What is the best anime for a first timer?
Best anime that just, I mean, the best anime I would tell people to get in and to watch just because it's so good and like it's action, action, action. Even though the freaking fight scenes is like 5 minutes long or 2 minutes long at a time, it's solo leveling, bro. You can't deny that. You want to get someone into anime, probably solo leveling, get it just because it's meant for someone to just like be so intrigued. You know, a lot of these animes, even older animes right now, it's like a storyline. So you got to be like willing to grind it, you know, and be like, oh yeah, this is good, this is good. But solo leveling, just get straight to it, bro. What they do is just crazy, and I'll tell people, yeah, watch solo leveling if you want to get into anime.
Listen, growing up as a Dragon Ball Z kid on TV, having to sit through like 5 episodes of Goku powering up with commercial breaks, I think I'm built for anything at this
Was the
point.
worst, bro. I mean, my older brother would record and we'd watch some and we'd be like, bro, what? When are they gonna fight? You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? Or Goku getting his ass beat for like 3 or 4 episodes. I'm like, bro, when is he gonna land something? What? Why is this?
I made a mistake saving this for the end, Max, because now I really got you talking, and UFC PR is going to get mad at me. So I'll end on this one, and then I'll make sure to front load the anime the next time we talk, so we have ample time to get to
Okay.
it. If Dana White wakes up on the right side of the bed and says, you know what, I do want an elaborate entrance for this fight. Max, you have whatever budget you want, anime-inspired entrance, dancers, costumes, the whole 9 yards. What is Max Holloway proposing?
Bro, I'm doing a rise walkout with soul leveling, bro. With smoke and like I'm disappear. I come in and then like you hear the word arise and then like I somehow just show up out of nowhere, purple smoke around. You know, I mean I don't really need dancers, but that arise part. I mean, whenever he says arise, it's pretty badass. So if we did that part and I just wasn't there and then was, I think it would be so sick and like with it being purple and with smoke and flashing lights would be pretty sick.
Uncle Dana, look how enthusiastic he is. You got to pull the trigger on this. Max, I got to
Right.
say, I'm not saying this just because you're here. I've done the anime bits with Robert Whitaker, with Israel Adesanya. I think I'm prepared to crown you as the most enthusiastic anime fan in the UFC.
Thanks, brother.
All right.
Thanks.
Max, if there's anything you want to tell the people ahead of your BMF title fight with Dustin Poirier at UFC 318, the floor is yours, man.
I mean, just tune in, guys. Just tune in. Yeah, if you're trying to get someone you like, or friends, or family, or anybody into mixed martial arts, this is the fight, man. Dustin Poirier is a fighter's fighter. I'm a fighter. We're gonna put it all out there. This is his last dance, and it's gonna be a fun one. So tune in Saturday night.